Happy Monday, church. Pastor Tommy here with you, and today we're going to continue through the Radiant Word reading plan in Genesis chapter 20 and 21. Now, I'm going to do a brief summary on 20 first, and really, chapter 20 is really good because it really talks about how we have a fear of man and sometimes don't trust God. And what I mean by that is that sometimes we always think we should do things in our own timing. We should be the ones that decide how to do something, or sometimes where we make a pretty big mistake, such as what Abraham does in chapter 20. You see, chapter 20, Abraham lies to King Abimelech and tells him that Sarah is his sister. Now, first you read that and you say, his sister? That's his wife. And really, if you think back through the Stronger series that Pastor Todd and Pastor Kelly are given, this is not sound advice to say your wife is your sister. But what Abraham does is Abraham goes and says to King Abimelech that Sarah's his sister because he's got a fear. He's got a fear that man would kill him because Sarah's a beautiful woman, it says in the Bible. So he's saying, Sarah, you're beautiful. What we need to do is we need to lie and get out of this. And we need to tell King Abimelech and everyone else that we encounter that you're my sister, so that way they don't kill me. Sounds kind of familiar. If I remember back in Genesis chapter 12, Abraham did the exact same thing with Pharaoh of Egypt. He said to the Pharaoh and all the people around that Sarah was his sister. Now you would think, especially at this time, that, wow, Abraham, you had a lot of nerve. You could easily be persecuted. You could easily die. You could easily be killed. But really, he still had God's protection, even though, and we have this same protection every single day we wake up. And a lot of times we make mistakes. A lot of times we maybe say a little lie, or maybe sometimes we just made a mistake in how we live. The thing on this is that God's never going to forsake you. And this is where it's beautiful in Genesis chapter 20, because God goes to Abimelech and he says, Abimelech, you're going to die for taking Sarah as his wife. Now, Abimelech obviously is like, what? What did I do? But what God says to him is that Sarah is Abraham's wife, and you need to honor her. So in a long, kind of roundabout way, and a little bit of sarcasm, Abimelech sits there and says to Sarah and Abraham, you may go, and he actually gives them a ton of supplies, even some silver, to help them on to the next journey. And really, what this is doing is it's starting to kind of test Abraham's faith, or faith in what he does and how he acts in his life. You then go into chapter 21. And in chapter 21, this is where the promise and truth of when the Lord said to Sarah and Abraham that Sarah would bear a child back in chapter 19, so about a year earlier, actually Genesis chapter 18, is when the Lord said to Abraham, and Sarah overheard, and that she was going to bear a son for Abraham. And of course, you know, what was Sarah's reaction? That's right, it was a laugh. But it was a sarcastic laugh. It was a laugh that was more like, do you realize how old I am? Do you realize how old my husband is? And you're going to say we're going to be parents. But again, God's promises are always sure. And God promised Sarah and Abraham that they would have a child. So all of a sudden we go into chapter 21 and it's the birth of Isaac. Now Isaac means laughter. And when Isaac was born, Sarah had a different laughter. It wasn't the laughter of sarcasm, but it was more a laughter of joy and just good tidings, because the promise and truth of what God spoke to her and Abraham was fulfilled. And really, as we go through this, and it's going to go into where Abraham's faith, again, is going to get tested, because now he's got to kick out his other son, Ishmael, that he had through Hagar, and he's going to have to tell her and Ishmael that they need to leave and that they cannot stay within the tribe, they cannot stay with them. But God even promises and blesses Hagar and Ishmael as they go on. And again, this is a refinement of Abraham's faith, because here soon this week you're going to hear about the ultimate test that Abraham's going to have to go through. But really, for today, read through Genesis chapter 20 and 21, and as you go through there, look at the ways that the Lord's promises are there for the taking, really. They're there for you to just see and know that they will happen. It's not in our time, but it's in God's time. So with that, church, I love you, and I just pray right now that the Heavenly Father will just fill your homes, your workplaces, and wherever you're at watching this, and especially as you're digging deep into the Word through these devotionals, that the Lord will bless you and keep you. Then He will just continue to just praise or shower you with glory and praise and honor, that He loves you so much and He cares for you so much, that He loves you and wants to just be with you. So be with the Lord this morning, and thank you for tuning in. God bless you. Have a great day.